What is up guys, Brix here back with week 4 of building Geonosis in Lego. As you can see, we got a bunch of progress done in last week's segment. Now hopefully we should have a few packages arriving which are really going to help me out this segment. So without further ado, make sure to please like, subscribe, and we'll get right in to this week's segment. So starting off this week's segment, we have a new package that has arrived, and hopefully this is what I think it is, but I'm going to quickly go ahead and open up that. So with that package open, I just want to give a big thank you to Brick Bazaar. He had a bunch of awesome parts for sale. I would have got more, but dark orange is a really expensive colour. So that I picked up 133 of these dark orange cheese wedges, obviously to fill in all these gaps and continue that. And a bunch of these wedge tiles, I guess. I don't really know what you would call these, but these were a good price of like 17 pence each and will be really good for Geonosis. And then I picked up these. I have no idea what length they are, but just like those flex tubes. I picked up 10 of those. These aren't going to be for Geonosis. I might use them at some point in some other mocs, but I just picked these up for around 20 pence each, so a really good price for those as well. So these are all going to really help me throughout this week's segment, so without further ado, let's get some building done. So since the end of last week's segment, I haven't made much progress, but of course the parts just came in, so I'm going to go ahead and quickly fill in all of these gaps. So with that done, this front side of this half is pretty much complete. Well, we just have a couple things to even out, as you can see, but I'm gonna make a good start on here. I'll probably stop once I run out of parts, which I hopefully won't. I might even go a little bit around that corner. Hopefully I have enough parts here. Probably gonna need a ton more of those, because as you can see, there's just not the same amount there, so that's probably the one thing that I'm gonna end up running out of. So I'm going to quickly go ahead and do that. So after a long time, as you can see, this half, I would say, is probably about 90% complete. I have the trench to do and some half pins to connect in those two cheese wedges there. But as you can see, I got all of this side done as well. And apart from this corner that I just have to connect to all of the terrain that's going to be here. I think this is coming along really great, and I'm really loving how this is turning out. So I want to start work on this side here. As you can see, I have all the slopes that I am going to need, obviously, apart from the 1x2 versions, but I'm going to quickly go ahead and just put in all of the dark bluish grey ones, and then we'll just build up the rest. So I still have the dark orange ones to find, but I managed to get that side done. As you can see, it's pretty much the same to this side. It's just slightly higher up. So once those come in, hopefully they'll be coming in at the end of this week's segment, and I'll quickly change those around. But one thing I also want to get done is put in all the filler brick. So I'm going to work on this for a couple days on and off, and I'll be back once I have done that. So I filled in the back there, and all like this is literally just tan up to the edge. I just randomly put as much tan in as I could. I pretty much had enough piles. I just have a bunch of tan, obviously from my previous Steed hanger mock. So I'm planning on doing it like this, because that is the most stable and it saves on brick. So I'm hoping to do that 5 bricks tall, pretty much the entire way across. We still have that to do, and also I will be taking out probably those 2 panels and then doing this in the edge, just to make it you know, so you can see probably from this angle the entire way through. And again, I still have to finish up this edge. There's just a bunch of parts for Geonosis and the plans and stuff that I keep going back to over there. But I just have to put a bunch of those in to the back, as I said before. So as you can see, we don't have many pieces left, but I got quite a lot done. Just under half obviously this is where the trench is going to go, hence why some of this isn't perfect there. But this is really stable. It does move side to side, but I'm going to be pushing down on it a lot, and is really stable. I'm going to have to modify all of this in the future, and maybe even end up doing it crossways too, just to give it that that extra support. But that's about all the filler brick that I have left, and we have pretty much all of that to do. So I am not really sure on what I'm going to do there, as we've also just got a bunch of random parts in there that are quite useful, but most aren't that useful, and a couple bits of Duplo just underneath the table down there that I'll be using on this section here for the mountain. But I am really happy with the progress that I was able to get done here, and it didn't take too long. It took about 2 and a bit hours. And also I have run out of big plates to put on here too. I could use some of the 4x4 plates that I have left, because obviously this is a 2 stud gap and then it should all add up equally. But I am going to have to order more plates too to put the tiles onto then, because as you can see, I'm going to take off those there and then just connect it onto there, and then just, you know, start doing as much as I can until I run out. And yeah, I'll be back once I've put on just this section here probably. So that is about it for plate. I am kind of happy with how it turned out, to be honest. Obviously that is a 1x3 gap, and that is going to be covered up. But as you can see in that in this bag here, I do have a bunch of plate. I just don't know whether I should use it for this as just filler plate that's not going to be seen, or like wait and use it for the mountain. It might give it more stability maybe. But I'm gonna have to use this somewhere, because I have been ordering it for quite some time, but there is a lot of that stuff there, so that might get me to probably like there maybe, which would help. But then obviously I'll still have all of that to use. But since I don't really have enough parts to do over this side, I am going to start work on putting in the Duplo over here. But it also might actually fill all of it if I use it wisely. So I'll be back once I have made a start on that. As you can see, I got pretty much all the Duplo I can use is here, because I've done pretty much the same technique, just slightly like less layers, I guess, compared to that one. I just have a bunch of the 2x2 versions over there, so hopefully I will be able to use those in the mountain, but I probably won't. But I've managed to get some of the filler brick down. As you can see, it's just connected over that gap there. I've got a little bit more to do in that corner, and literally all of this still to do. So I am gonna have to place a huge order of 2x6 bricks in, well, really whatever's cheapest, just to go on there. But as you can see, we have a lot of good progress done here. I'm glad I was able to pretty much get 50% of this half done and 50% of that half done. Probably a little bit more, to be honest. But hopefully next week we're going to start work on some of the trench. But I'm going to place a ton of orders for filler brick. That pretty much wraps it up for this week's segment. We got probably the most progress done yet. As you can see, I have put a couple more plates down. I do have some more on the way, hopefully. Now, I do apologise for this segment being slightly longer than usual. Obviously, as I just said, we did get some more progress done than I thought we would, so I did make a start on those. But hopefully in next week's segment we're going to be just putting down some more of the filler and such. I hope you all enjoyed this week's segment. There's a link to my TikTok and Instagram down in the description below, as well as the series sponsor Raven Bricks 13. So make sure to please like, subscribe, and most importantly, take care, guys.